All right, let me take you somewhere for a second. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a quiet lake just before sunrise. Not one of those loud tourist spots with boats and chatter and movement everywhere. This lake is still, completely still. The kind of stillness that makes you aware of your own breathing. The sky is barely starting to shift from black to deep blue. That moment where night hasn't fully let go yet. The water is glass smooth, untouched, like it's holding a secret. You can't see them, but you know they're there, beneath the surface. Big fish. The kind that could change your entire day, maybe even your entire week. The kind you came here for. The kind you've been thinking about since the night before. Now ask yourself this question honestly. What is the dumbest possible thing you could do right now? Dive straight into the water and start thrashing around, trying to grab them with your bare hands. It sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud. Nobody would do that. No one with a functioning brain would look at a calm lake and think, yeah, the best strategy here is panic and chaos. And yet, this is exactly how most people approach trading every single day. They open their charts already tense, already restless, already emotionally invested in an outcome that hasn't happened yet. They sit down not to execute a plan, but to extract money from the market as quickly as possible. They feel pressure, bills, expectations, fear of missing out, fear of falling behind. And that pressure leaks into every decision they make. Just like fish, the market feels that energy. The harder you chase it, the faster it moves away. This is something every experienced fisherman understands without needing it explained. You do not control the fish. You never did. You never will. You can't force them to bite. You can't scare them into your net. You can't argue with them, negotiate with them, or emotionally manipulate them into cooperating with your goals. They move when they move, for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Temperature, current, season, instinct, hunger, structure beneath the surface. That's their world. Your rent, your financial goals, your need to feel validated, your desire to make money today instead of next month. Completely irrelevant. The fish don't care. The only thing you control is your preparation, your gear, your timing, your location, your understanding of the lake, your patience. That's it. That's the entire list. And the moment you truly accept that, the entire dynamic changes. Now, translate that directly into trading. You do not control price. You do not control volatility. You do not control news, interest rates, earnings, algorithms, institutions, or global chaos. You do not control whether today is a trending day or a choppy mess. You do not control whether the market decides to respect your levels or slice through them like they were never there. The market does whatever it wants, whenever it wants, and it will never care about your financial situation. What you do control is your strategy, your risk, your position size, your rules, your timing, your emotional state, whether you've tested your edge properly, whether you're trading because conditions are right, or because you're bored, anxious, and looking for stimulation. Most traders spend nearly all their mental energy trying to predict what the market will do next, where price is going, what candle is forming, what the next move should be. They stare at charts like they're trying to extract a secret that only reveals itself if you look hard enough. That's the equivalent of standing at the lake, staring into the water, trying to mentally command fish to swim into your hands. Professionals don't do that. Professionals prepare obsessively, then wait. They build their gear. They refine their approach. They understand the environment. They know exactly what they're looking for and exactly what they're not. And when conditions line up, they act calmly, without hesitation, without excitement, without fear. Think about your last trade and be brutally honest with yourself here. Were you focused on execution? Or were you focused on how much money you might make? Were you checking your rules, your risk, your invalidation point? Or were you already fantasizing about profits before the trade even played out? That single question explains why most accounts fail. Because the moment money becomes the focus, discipline collapses. The moment outcome matters more than process, emotion takes control. And emotion is the fastest way to give back everything you've worked for. Here's another difference between amateurs and experts. A beginner looks at a lake and sees water, just water. Flat, uniform, meaningless. No structure, no information. To them, every spot looks the same. So they move constantly, they change positions, they throw random casts, they blame luck when nothing happens. A seasoned fisherman sees something completely different. He sees depth changes, underwater cover, drop-offs, currents, temperature shifts, shadows, patterns formed over years of observation. He knows where fish tend to be, not because he's guessing, but because he's seen it play out hundreds, sometimes thousands of times. Great traders see markets the same way. They don't see random candles. They don't see chaos. They don't see noise. They see behavior. They see liquidity. They see areas where orders cluster. They see where stops are likely sitting. They see where price is naturally pulled because that's where the money is. They are not predicting. They're positioning. And this is important, so really let it sink in. Positioning is not guessing. Positioning is preparation meeting opportunity. It's saying, if price does this, I do this. If it doesn't, I do nothing. There's no ego involved, no need to be right, no attachment to outcome. And here's something most people completely miss. Watch a master fisherman sometime. Really watch him. He's boring. He barely moves. There's no drama, no rushing, no constant adjustment. He casts, waits, observes, completely relaxed, almost detached. He knows the fish will come when conditions are right, and that nothing he does emotionally will make that happen faster. That's exactly what profitable trading looks like. Calm, mechanical, almost dull. The best traders aren't glued to screens taking dozens of trades a day. They're not chasing every tick. They're not celebrating every win, like it's proof of genius, or spiraling over every loss, like it's proof of failure. They have a checklist. If the setup is there, they execute. If it's not, they do nothing. And they are perfectly fine with that. That's emotional neutrality. Not because they don't care, but because they've separated their identity from individual outcomes. One trade means nothing. 100 well-executed trades means everything. Most people never get here because they want results now. They want validation today. They want the big win that proves they're good at this. They want excitement. They want the story. They want to feel special. So the moment trading gets slow or boring, they abandon discipline. The moment they hit a losing streak, they abandon the plan. The moment the market doesn't behave the way they want, they try to force it. And that's the exact moment they lose the game. The market does not reward urgency. It does not reward need. It does not reward desperation. It rewards consistency over time. And here's a hard truth that actually frees you if you let it. Not every fish that bites gets landed. Sometimes the hook slips. Sometimes the line breaks. Sometimes the timing is slightly off. Sometimes you do everything right and still lose the fish. Experienced fishermen don't melt down over that. They don't take it personally. They don't question their entire identity because one fish got away. They assess what happened, learn what they can, and cast again. Trading is no different. Not every perfect setup wins. Not every rule-based trade makes money. Losses are not a sign that something is broken. They are the cost of participation. If your edge works over time, losing trades are built into the math. They are not mistakes. They are not failures. They are proof that you're playing the game correctly. Once you accept that, everything changes. You stop revenge trading. You stop trying to make money back. You stop spiraling after a red day. You execute, log the trade, and move on some days, A fisherman sits by the water all day and catches nothing. Conditions weren't right, and that's okay. Traders, on the other hand, lose their minds on no setup days. They feel like they should be doing something. They feel unproductive. They feel anxious. So they force trades just to feel involved. That urge destroys accounts. Some days, the best trade is no trade. Doing nothing is a decision. And often, it's the most profitable one. If you cannot sit through an entire session without trading and feel completely at peace with that, you are not ready for consistent profitability yet. The market will exploit that need every single time. Now, let's talk about specialization, because this is where most people sabotage themselves without realizing it. Serious fishermen don't try to catch every species in every body of water. They specialize. One fish, one method, one environment, and because of that, they become deadly accurate. They understand nuances, patterns, subtle shifts. They know when conditions favor them and when they don't. That only comes from repetition. Traders do the opposite. Stocks today, crypto tomorrow, Forex next week, new strategy every month, new indicator every week. They confuse activity with progress. They think exposure equals experience. It doesn't. You cannot master anything that way. Depth comes from repetition. Repetition comes from focus. Pick one market, one setup, one time frame, and go deep. Learn its behavior, its failures, its strengths. Give it time to actually prove itself. Mastery comes from doing one thing thousands of times, not trying everything once. Here's the paradox that changes everything. The moment you stop chasing money is the moment money starts showing up. When you focus on preparation, execution, and discipline, profits become a side effect. When you focus on profits, you destroy the process that produces them. Every decision made with money in mind is emotional. Every decision made with process in mind is rational. The money is in the preparation, not in predictions, not in secret indicators, not in hype, not in shortcuts. In the boring, unsexy work that most people refuse to do consistently. Backtesting, planning, risk control, journaling, waiting, reviewing, showing up regardless of mood. The day my trading changed was the day I stopped watching my P&L during the session. I traded my plan, managed risk, and checked results later. Losses got smaller. Winners ran longer. Consistency followed. So here's the choice in front of you. You can be the person splashing around in the water, chasing every move, exhausted and frustrated. Or you can be the calm fisherman at dawn, prepared, patient, and unmoved by noise. Stop trying to control the market. Start controlling yourself. Stop chasing profits. Start mastering your process. Stop sampling everything. Start specializing. The results you're looking for aren't hiding in the market. They're waiting in your preparation. And if this hit home, you already know what to do next.